Whoops. Brennan's New York Times op-ed may have just confirmed his guilt. By Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. John Brennan wrote an op-ed that claimed President Trump colluded with Russia when, during a rally, Trump jokingly called on the Russians to release the 33,000 bleached emails from Hillary's hard drive. The problem with that op-ed is that Brennan also includes information that the Russians supposedly did attempt to hack the DNC days after that rally. This shows that Brennan either used his security clearance to find that info or he knew about it while he was CA chief and did nothing about it. Either way, doesn't look good for Brennan. From the Washington Examiner, Senator Richard Burr, the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, pushed back Thursday on ex-CIA Director John Brennan's claim that President Trump colluded with the Russians, warning that it could be an intelligence breach. The challenge by Burr comes as some GOP allies say Trump abruptly revoking Brennan's security clearance this week is no big deal, while Democrats and allies of Brennan suggest it could set it a dangerous precedent for ex-officials who have been vocal critics of the president. The White House announced on Wednesday that Trump revoked Brennan's security clearance, after which Brennan accused the president of attempting to suppress freedom of speech and punish critics. In an interview with the New York Times published Thursday morning, Brennan, who was CIA director under former President Barack Obama, said there is no doubt Trump colluded with Russia during the 2016 presidential election, despite his repeated denials. Mr. Trump's claims of no collusion are, in a word, hogwash, Brennan wrote in an opinion piece published Thursday for the Times. Director Brennan's recent statements purported to know as fact that the Trump campaign colluded with a foreign power, Burr said in a statement Thursday afternoon. If Director Brennan's statement is based on intelligence he received while still leading the CIA, why didn't he include it in the intelligence community assessment released in 2017? If his statement is based on intelligence he has seen since leaving office, it constitutes an intelligence breach. Burr was referring to the January 2017 intelligence community assessment, which determined Russia was behind an effort to interfere in the 2016 election, which got Trump elected to the White House. The North Carolina Republican went on to say Brennan using the media as an outlet to lash out at Trump may not have been a wise choice. If he has some other personal knowledge or evidence of collusion, it should be disclosed to the special counsel, not the New York Times, Burr continued, alluding to special counsel Robert Mueller, who is leading the federal Russia investigation. If, however, Director Brennan's statement is purely political and based on conjecture, the president has full authority to revoke his security clearance as head of the executive branch. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders announced the move to revoke Brennan's security clearance on Wednesday and read a statement from Trump citing the risks posed by his erratic conduct and behavior as the impetus for the move. Brennan has been a vocal critic of the president, and he was the first in a list of ex-top officials turned Trump critics whom the Trump administration has taken action against. Those individuals still under review include former FBI Director James Comey, former National Security Advisor Susan Rice, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, former Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, and former Deputy Attorney General Bruce Orr, who is still employed at the Justice Department. After Brennan's security clearance was pulled, Senator Mark Warner, Burr's Democratic counterpart on the Senate Intelligence Committee, warned that Trump revoking former CIA Director John Brennan's security clearance could set a precedent for taking similar action against Mueller. I worry whether this precedent will lead to the president trying to take away Mueller and his whole team's security clearances. This is clearly another effort to silence critics and not allow the Mueller investigation, and for that matter, our Senate Intelligence Community investigation, to get to the bottom of this, Warner said. You see how they're twisting it? Other ex-intelligence have since condemned the move too, including former NSA and CIA Director Michael Hayden, who warned that others could see their security clearance revoked as part of an effort to coerce former U.S. officials from speaking badly about Trump. Yeah, right, that's the reason, yeah. Allowing intelligence officials to retire to keep their security clearance is a common practice. Security experts say, and are often used as consultants by current officials. You can't use Brennan as a consultant. The Republican perception of Trump's move to revoke Brennan's security clearance has been mixed, with some simply shrugging it off. Senator John Kennedy told CNN that Brennan is a butthead who didn't need the security clearance. Senator Rand Paul, who lobbied for Brennan to lose his security clearance, applauded the move, saying he participated in a shredding of constitutional rights, lied to Congress, and has been monetizing and making partisan political use of his clearance since his departure. Some Republicans did express concern that Trump's motive was purely political. It just feels like a banana republic kind of step. Senator Bob Corker, a frequent Trump critic, told reporters, "I don't like it at all. Feels really vindictive." Are you kidding me? This is not games we're playing here. These are not games. So did you notice that everything is played down right here where he says, if he had intelligence, why didn't he refer it to Mueller, since he claims to have evidence of collusion? It should not be disclosed to the New York Times. It should have been taken to Mueller, right? So what about that? So then they go on to say it shows that he's biased. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're going to tell me that Brennan has info on Trump, but he didn't relay it to Mueller, huh? But he relays it to the New York Times, saying we have evidence. What evidence? You have nothing. But you still want to continue with this farce because he's getting probably paid off. Who knows with him? But again, it just, we know that they're going to revoke the other people. The thing is that this is very important, that if he had, and when this happened, the assessment released in 2017, he didn't give the intelligence community any information, any evidence that Trump colluded. But he runs to the New York Times after he gets his security clearance revoked. Come on. And whoever is against Brennan getting his security clearance revoked is a traitor to this country, and they should be investigated also, because there's a lot of crookedness going on in this country, and we have to get to the bottom of the traitors. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.